Hey guys, welcome to my messy room. Welcome to today's vlog. Oh, my name is Mandy Meehan, and I've been documenting my health journey as I'm recovering from chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia and just all kinds of crazy health things, and I share what I learn along the way. So I am 3 weeks in studying to become a nutritional therapy practitioner, and oh my goodness, I have loved it. It's been so fun and I'm learning a lot. It's pretty content heavy, which is totally great and fun. I'm just trying to absorb as much as I can. So I want to show you a little bit about what I'm learning and reading. So this week I got to read quite a bit in the signs and symptom analysis from a functional perspective. This book is so good and so interesting. It just really makes you think about the symptoms that so many of us face from day to day. You know, whether or not you're dealing with something like me, there's certain things in here that I've dealt with for a long time, and I never really thought of it being caused by something like a nutritional deficiency or just an imbalance in the body. This week I got to read a good chunk in Staying Healthy with Nutrition, and this was really interesting, especially because, you know, it gets you to think critically. There are definitely things in this that I would say is outdated science and I don't agree with. For example, it's very in favor of more of the low fat, like 60% of your diet being carbs. Really a big fan of whole grains, less meat, no saturated fat, like that kind of thing. But it's interesting and it's had some good stuff. So I want to update you a little bit on my life because I know a lot of people, ripping my hair out, a lot of people have questions about what's been going on, where I'm at with my functional medicine doctor. I'm gonna tell you about that. But before I do, I've got a little bit of tension in my head. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I've been pushing it a lot, so I'm just gonna put some like peppermint on. Peppermint is one of my favorite things for headaches. Also, as you can see, I have a new pair of blue blocking glasses. If you follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing me talk about these all the time. My other blue light blocking glasses are my Swannies or Swannies, however you say it. And these are the amber or orange tinted glasses. Love these still, and I wear these at night to help with my sleep. It blocks out blue light, which artificial blue light can mess with your circadian rhythm. It can cause you to have headaches. It can mess with your eye health. Artificial blue light is linked to cataracts and macular degeneration, all kinds of crazy things. So this blocks out pretty much all blue light as far as I know. And these block out like 30 to 40% of blue light. And they're very reflective right now. So I really like these because they're cute. They don't make me look like Bono. And I wear them during the day whenever I'm using screens a lot. I've worn them out and about a little bit, like at church, because there's a lot of artificial blue light there. And it's been really fun because I've never worn glasses. I kind of feel like I am now Clark Kent instead of just Superman, or I kind of also feel like I look like Harry Potter, but I like it. It's been fun. So these glasses I got from the Klassy network, and I love them so much, and so many people were asking me about them on Instagram. I actually have a discount code now, so I'll link it below if you want to look down there, but it's just MANDYM for 10% off in case you're interested in getting some blue light blocking glasses. That is an affiliate link, just so you know. I'm a big fan. My sleep has been great lately. I can feel the difference when I'm not wearing them. My eyes just start to feel strained. I feel like I look kind of crazy right now, but it's fine. So I want to tell you a little bit about the last couple weeks and everything that's been going on, and then update you on my health currently and how my recent doctor appointment was, because I did get the new test results back on heavy metals and the Lyme disease stuff and all those good things. So the Thursday before last, I was able to get in to see my doctor and meet with him about all the test updates and stuff, and I'll explain that in just a minute. Right after that, I ended up going on a trip to Austin to the Nutritional Therapy Association Business Summit, and I road trip down there with two girls I had never even met before. One of them is in my class to become a nutritional therapy practitioner, and the other one was her really good friend. I just felt so adventurous for just, you know, going off with two people I've never met, first of all, but also just the fact that I was able to do that physically was just such a huge win. It really was reminding me of how much progress that I made, and I really did pretty well while I was there, and I had so much fun, so many good stories, met a lot of really cool people, and it just made me really excited about what I'm heading towards doing in the health and wellness and nutrition field. There's just so much I want to share. I just can't wait till I have the healing to be able to put even more out there for you. So I did that, then I had like a day in between that to recover, and then last week our staff at my church, my husband is a youth pastor, and all the staff all comes down from all the different church locations because we're in multiple locations, and we just have like a crazy couple days of leadership talks, worship, lunches and dinners and meetings and all kinds of fun crazy stuff. So that was for a couple days this week, and I was able to be there for a good amount of it, which was also really encouraging. It also really wore me out a lot, just from starting school and having doctor's appointment and going to Texas, and then having that, I was just pushing it a lot and definitely started to feel the repercussions a little bit. But I mean, it took me a long time to kind of get to that outside of your training zone flare kind of place. So I was encouraged by that, and I feel like I'm kind of getting out of that flare, I guess, but I'm still just, you know, trying to make sure I don't push it too hard and all that jazz. And then it was James's birthday, so updates on the doctor appointment. I met with my doctor. He's amazing. It's been so good, so helpful. So I had filmed that whole segment talking about my health updates and how the doctor's appointment was, and I decided I wanted to refilm all of that because I got some updates from my doctor last night, so I wanted this to be the most up-to-date thing on where things are at. Now, before I get into it, I really want to make it clear that everything that I share about my health and this protocol and plan that I am about to begin, this is all very specific to me. Just because I'm doing something or something is working for me does not mean that you need to be doing it. Even if you have the exact same diagnosis of chronic fatigue syndrome, that does not mean that you have the same root cause and you're gonna need to address things in the same way. So I wanna make that clear, and also just encourage you, if you're facing any chronic illness, chronic health issues, work with a qualified practitioner. I highly recommend functional medicine. I also really believe in testing and not just guessing on things, so make sure you do that. I want to give a big picture view if you are new to my channel and you haven't been following my journey. It's been a long one. Over 2 years ago, I got really sick out of the blue just before my wedding, and the sickness just didn't seem to go away, and things started to get worse, and we didn't know what was going on. It's been a long journey, and there are points where I thought I knew what the root of my issues were. I was having very debilitating chronic fatigue to the point where I felt like I was dying. I struggled to take care of myself and just to do normal daily tasks. Other symptoms were chronic pain, intense brain fog, digestive issues and new food intolerances and allergies, cardiovascular issues, chemical sensitivity, and a whole lot of other random things. Now, I changed things like my diet. I was supplementing a lot. I was doing a lot of meditation and some neuroplasticity stuff, and all of those things helped quite a bit, but they weren't addressing the root issue, and I didn't really know until a few months ago a lot of what the root cause is. So I found an amazing functional medicine practitioner, functional doctors. They help you find the root problem. They look at you as a whole person, and they help you address that root problem with a lot of lifestyle changes, supplementation, and then medication when necessary. So a few months ago, I did some testing with him. We found out that mold was not an issue. It doesn't look like I have SIBO or Candida, which is awesome. My gut is in a decently good place. Been really working on addressing gut health for a while now through diet and supplementation. But the thing that I was not expecting and didn't have any idea was a problem was that I have extremely high toxicity levels. A lot of them are off the charts on this chart that they gave me. These toxins are related to chemicals. Very likely I was slowly kind of poisoned over time, and possibly there is a big exposure before I got sick. But also we know kind of more and more about what shut down my detoxification pathways. So after doing all that testing, we wanted to do a little bit more testing to really understand what all is going on so that we can have a great plan to address everything. So this has required a lot of patience, but I ended up doing some Lyme testing, which I'm very grateful I got to do that because it's very expensive. And I really just wanted to have the peace knowing that it's not Lyme or a co-infection. So the Lyme test is pretty confusing. I haven't actually heard this from my doctor yet, but he was gonna get some more clarification from the lab. I mean, it really looks like it's negative. It comes out negative according to their standards. But a couple of the, I forget if they call it bands or strands, couple of them showed up. One was under 40, which apparently is really common for that one to show up. I think that shows up on most people's reports. And then one, I can't remember where the other one was, like an 80 or something. Anyways, we're getting clarification on that. There could be an underlying pathogen there, but it doesn't look like it's Lyme or a co-infection. So yay, that's great. So then the other two big tests I did were related to heavy metals. I want to get this right, so I'm gonna read a little bit about what my doctor said the findings were. One thing that's interesting, my nutrient ranges have been really pretty low, or just lower than they should be, especially because I eat lots of plants, lots of vegetables, lots of really nutrient dense foods, but it's just really showing that I'm not absorbing nutrients well, which I've kind of known that for a while. But it's frustrating because I don't know anybody who eats as many vegetables as me. I don't know many people who eat salads for breakfast. This morning I had a sardine salad with beets and sauerkraut and apple cider vinegar and avocado oil mayo. I don't know many people who do that. It was really good though. So what's great about my heavy metal test is that none of it is too high. So what we learned from the heavy metal test is I don't have out of control levels. Basically my illness isn't rooted in like mercury poisoning or something like that, but I do have high enough levels to know that it is likely contributing to the problem. So they still need to be addressed. The higher ones, I've got antimonies, I'm 48 percentile, arsenic, I'm 51 percentile, cadmium, 35 percentile, cobalt, 53 percentile, lead, 26 percentile, mercury, 48 percentile, strontium, 55 percentile. So that's definitely higher than you want it. You don't want really any heavy metals in your body at all. So it's a problem. We're gonna address it. Really, probably the biggest thing going on is the toxicity that we found out about before. So I'm really excited about these results because you guys, this is answers. This is, I mean, answers is an answer to prayer. This is something tangible, and we're gonna be able to address these root problems. And I'm just so excited to share this with you because I know so many of you are dealing with similar things, and maybe you've been told that there isn't hope, that you're gonna be like this for the rest of your life, that there aren't answers out there, but there are, and it stinks that it's hard to find them sometimes, but they're there. And keep fighting, keep looking for them. And know that this hard season you've been going through, it isn't wasted. God can use it. He has a purpose in pain. He works all things together for good. I hope that you pursue healing, and you also figure out however God wants you to use your story to make a difference in people's lives. So that is basically where I'm at with testing. This video is gonna be so long. I really need to like podcast this or something. I really would love to start a podcast one day. Not yet, but one day. So, okay, here's the plan. I will not tell you the exact supplements that I'll be taking or anything like that because it is very specific to me. It's a pretty intense protocol for the next 6 weeks. So this is what he said. To help you heal, we need to focus on nutrient and antioxidant support while heavily supporting the mitochondria, which is like the powerhouse of your cells. That's where you get your energy. Then we're gonna start something called Black Box 2, which is like a comprehensive detoxification protocol. That is like a package thing. Again, please don't start it unless you're working with a doctor. I will share what that one is in case you want to talk to your doctor about it. So one thing that's been really interesting that I've learned a lot about recently is genetics and epigenetics. And MTHFR is a gene that has gotten a lot of traction, a lot of talk lately, and a lot of people have a SNP and a variation of that gene that can impair detoxification. I have the homozygous one, which is like the double trouble one, which means that I can have an even harder time methylating, especially if I'm living the wrong lifestyle. And if I'm consuming foods that I shouldn't, and if I'm, using a lot of chemical-laden products and things like that. There are a couple other genes that we've learned that I have homozygous SNPs for that I had never heard much about before. There's the CYP1A2, CYP1B1, and the SOD2A16. These do have a lot to do with detoxification, and they are involved with metabolizing xenobiotics in your body, which basically means that they would not do well with synthetic hormones. And I got sick right after, it was right along with starting the birth control pill, and it is very likely that that was a huge part of what triggered me into chronic illness. And I know this topic can be a little bit controversial, but I just want to make sure that I share it because it's so important, and I wish I knew what I knew now about birth control and synthetic hormones. And I just really want to encourage you to do your research and look into it. I know I'll get questions. So for me, being Mary, the birth control that I use is the fertility awareness method, and I track my temperature and my ovulation and whatnot on a Lady Comp device. Daisy is another great one that's in the same company. Oh, I'm also completely missing a gene that has to do with glutathione metabolism, which is really important for detoxification. So I'm really not set up super well for detoxification, but it's okay. We're gonna hack some stuff. And then another thing that's really interesting to note is substances like caffeine, herbal tea, and turmeric they can inhibit these enzymes in my body that help me detoxify because of these genes. So I'm gonna be really strictly avoiding caffeine, tea, and turmeric, which is like, I've been taking a lot of turmeric lately, but it is a healthy spice. It's great and it's anti-inflammatory, but for me, I don't need it in my life right now because I'm trying to get healthy. You see how bio-individuality matters so much. So basically for my plan, just for the next 4 to 6 weeks, I'm gonna be taking a lot of different supplements at all different times of the day to help, supporting mitochondria, detoxification, opening those pathways. I'm gonna continue to be doing dry brushing. I don't think I've talked about dry brushing, but I've been dry brushing before saunas. Then I've been doing saunas as often as I can during the week. He told me to aim for 4 to 7 days, so I'm gonna try to get up to about that much. There's some supplements I'll take with that, like glutathione before, it's different things around that. And yeah, that's kind of it. Again, I know everyone is so different, but I'm so glad to get to share some of these things to help you learn, and just knowing that people are out there dealing with similar things. There's so much that I wish I would have known before, and God's timing is perfect, and I'm grateful for the timing of how things have happened. But if I can help someone from making some of the same mistakes I did, then that is exciting, and helping someone heal quicker and faster, and even just, helping them know it's possible, that's a win. I really don't want this video to be too long, and I know I shouldn't apologize, but I would really like to film more different kinds of videos, and I feel like lately more of them have been just sitting down here on the couch and talking, which is totally fine, and I know a lot of people enjoy these kinds of videos and just listening to someone talk. I think for me, I just have to be content with where I'm at right now, and even just whatever I'm able to produce on YouTube. I'm not gonna promise you guys anything about how often I'll put out videos because I'm still healing and it's up and down and crazy. But what I can tell you is I'm going to do whatever is best for me and my family and for my body, my healing. And I'm gonna do my best to put out content for you that will hopefully be helpful or fun or whatever, you know. I am working on scheduling a time to film a video with my sisters, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was interesting to hear the updates on my health. Wherever you're at, be encouraged knowing that your identity is in Christ. He says you're fearfully and wonderfully made. I know some days it's hard to believe that. I've had some of those recently, but you are God's masterpiece. He loves you and has a plan and a purpose for your life. Okay, now this is the end. I will see you in the next video. Bye. I can't reach, it's too far away.